Hi guys, I hope everyone's doing okay. I know there's a lot going on right now, and I think as a collective, we're all overwhelmed with uncertainty and the constant stimulation that we're getting. So I want everyone to do their best to remain conscious and use your emotional regulation skills to stay mindful during this time, and also to be mindful of others because everyone is handling this situation differently. And that's it on that. So getting into the purpose of this video, it is how to begin your healing and transformation process. But before we get started, I want you guys to make sure that you're following Mindfully Fresh on Instagram. They have a ton of amazing and helpful and soothing content that I'm sure you will all find extremely beneficial. Their Instagram is @_mindfully fresh. And also, while you're at it, go check out their website. Their website has a lot of great content on mindfulness, all things mindfulness, and so much more. So definitely check it out at www.mindfullyfresh.com. And lastly, make sure you're following me on Instagram at Tori Warren Wellness. We appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much in advance for your support. So getting into our topic, which is how to begin the healing and transformation process. The answer is really simple. Address your emotions first. So I get a lot of people who will reach out to me and explain to me what they're dealing with, where they're struggling and their problems. And as I dig deeper and talk to people, I find out that people have not taken the time to try to process their emotions. And that's the first step. It can't be skipped. The biggest barriers for people in neglecting these steps are a few things. Number one being time. We're busy, life is demanding, and if you don't place this high on your priority list, it won't get done because we live in a society where we're always on to the next, and have that just keep going mentality. Number two, avoidance. Avoidance due to the fact that some emotions are uncomfortable. No one wants to feel angry, sad, depressed, guilty, unworthy, rejected, misunderstood, so many things. They seem scary because they're unpleasant and they don't feel good. And because of this unpleasantness, the response is, how do I make this go away? How do I fix this? But it's also important to note that reacting on something simply because it doesn't feel good, 9 times out of 10 isn't a good reason. We need clarity. And reason number 3, some people genuinely don't know how to address and observe their emotions. So how do you do that? The next time you feel triggered, instead of jumping right into problem solving, distracting yourself, or worrying yourself in the next task, just take a minute. Take a few minutes or moments, whatever you have, just to observe your emotions. And you want to ask yourself a few questions. What do I feel? So describe your emotions, put a name to them. If it feels uncomfortable, acknowledge that it feels uncomfortable. Like, I feel sad and I don't like this. Okay. You can even write it down. Writing it down is always helpful, or you can write it in your notes in your phone, whatever you have around you, whatever's easiest for you, for whatever environment that you're in at the moment. So ask yourself, how do you feel? Also ask yourself, following that question, why do I feel this way? And at this step, you want to avoid too much blaming. You don't want to spend too much time focusing on someone else and their story, because at the end of the day, this is about you. This is about bringing you back to center, you back into alignment, and healing what needs to be healed within you. So we want to dig deeper than just focusing on someone else and their part in something. You want to focus on the situation, what's triggering you and why, and where it needs to be healed. So just by taking a few minutes or a few moments to observe, you can gain a lot of clarity on how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way. And from that place of clarity, you can begin to make great changes within yourself and start healing some of the things that you're dealing with. Because I'll tell you one thing, most of the emotions that come up, they're not new. This is an unhealed wound that's been manifesting within you that will keep showing up with a new face in a new form until you begin to make changes. And the awareness that you gain by monitoring these emotions is what helps you realize those patterns. So as a wrap up, your emotions are here to bring you messages, and that is where the transformation happens, when you observe and listen to your emotions. We owe it to ourselves. We all owe it to ourselves to heal and grow to the best of our abilities. And this is the first step. towards alignment with our truest and highest form. So the next time you feel emotionally uncomfortable, before you jump into problem solving, people pleasing, over explaining, binge eating, binge drinking, ruminating, getting defensive, deflecting, any of that, judging, just take a minute. Just give yourself a few minutes and address how you're feeling. I hope all of you guys found this helpful, and I hope you're giving yourself, or will begin to give yourself, the love and attention that you need. Thanks, guys.